we are going to discuss two important points that are coming up now for discussion. One is on the virtual meeting of Parliament Standing Committees, and second one is on the Memorandum of Understanding between National Intelligence Grid and National Crime Records Bureau. These are two important points, but they are not coming up for discussion in many of the channels, but they are very important. First one is the virtual meetings of Parliament Standing Committees. If you ask me personally, I am not for it. There should not be any virtual meeting of the standing committees. I am very much against it. It should not be allowed. And this is the stand of the government as well, right now, as it stands now. The government is not prepared to allow any virtual meeting of the standing committees of the Parliament. And they have a point. And the point is this: every committee has a right to have an in-camera meeting. It has to be there. It is not only a matter of right, it also serves the purpose. An in-camera meeting of a committee serves the purpose for which the committee is formed. It's very important. Now we know very well that the standing committees of Parliament will have members from different political parties. They may be holding even important portfolios, important posts in their political parties. And these political parties will have a particular stand, naturally, on different issues. When this member of Parliament from that political party comes to be a member of the standing committee of the Parliament, naturally he cannot carry the same stand over here. Because here he comes to know so many other things as well. There will be so many other details, there will be so many other facts, there will be so many documents and files coming to his notice as the member of the standing committee. So he can have his own view, and he has to have his independent stand. Naturally, he cannot carry the stand of the political party over there. Suppose there are some 4 or 5 members having a meeting of a standing committee of the Parliament. Naturally, they have to be independent. They have to exchange so many things. Only then they will be able to reach a decision. It's very important. When the report of a standing committee of a Parliament comes to the public, naturally it means that they have already discussed the detail. They have discussed the issues in detail. And to discuss any issue in detail, naturally there needs to be an in-camera meeting. Only in-camera meetings actually they will be able to say what they want to say. They will be they will have that sort of freedom. It is needed. If we remove the in-camera meetings, so naturally the confidentiality goes away. It disappears. Now what happens in case of virtual meeting? Naturally, just cannot be four members of the meeting who were there. There have to be some people assisting, giving, extending technical assistance. Naturally, technical assistance is needed. Say for example, a member of Parliament who is member of the standing committee as well cannot operate everything on his own or on her own. There has to be a team working behind it, and all these people would be knowing what these 4 members are discussing now. It just cannot be. The democratic right is something different. Democratic freedom is something different. Apart from all these things, there has to be some confidentiality. See, even in a single family, even between father, mother, and 2 children, there some confidentiality is needed. It is no big thing actually. It is not a sin. It is not a crime. There has to be something there like this. Confidentiality is always there. Otherwise, why should there be the oath of secrecy? Why should there be? Even in democracy, we know very well when someone is sworn in, naturally he takes the oath of secrecy. Why should there be an oath of secrecy? See, we cannot keep everything in the open, right? There has to be some secrecy. There has to be some confidentiality. There have to be certain in-camera meetings, and the in-camera meeting is very much a part of the functioning of the committee. It should be there. So now the former Rajya Sabha chairman Hamid Ansari, and then the chairman of the committee on science and technology, Jairam Ramesh from Congress, they all say there should be virtual meetings. I don't find fault with them. See, they are men of repute, no doubt. See, they have impeccable record in public life, whether it is Hamid Ansari or Jairam Ramesh. They are all very good people, no doubt about it. But again, this demand is unjustifiable. We cannot accept. It is unacceptable. So the virtual meetings of Parliament Standing Committee should not be allowed. There must be in-camera meetings, only then the committee would serve the purpose. This is number one. Okay. And number two, an MOU has been reached between National Intelligence Grid and National Crime Records Bureau. Now some people say this would affect the principle of federalism, far stretch. We need not take it so serious. So let us see what they do. National Intelligence Grid will have records of all the crimes or all the offences that have happened in India or outside also. And now there is another agency, it is called National Crime Records Bureau. They will have the records gathered from all the police stations all over India. Naturally, we know police stations come under state governments. So they exchange their FIRs and other offence or crime related details with National Crime Records Bureau. It is already there. Now there is an MOU reached between National Intelligence Grid and National Crime Records Bureau. This MOU says that the National Crime Records Bureau can now exchange the information available with them, all the records available with them, all the documents with them, with the National Grid. It is very good. After there is going to be another agency which is going to which will look into the offences or the crimes. National Intelligence Grid. What is the problem there? But already there is someone is asking this question. Will it not affect the principle of federalism? Where is the question of federalism here? See, a thief or a murderer or a dacoit does not have any such thing like he has to operate only within the state limit. No, he operates all over India. Naturally, he does not have any such restrictions. So naturally, all this information should be shared. And when it is shared, let them be shared with so many agencies, with a number of agencies. What is the problem there? Why there should be so much of fuss about it? We don't understand the logic behind it. See, federalism is something very different. See, federalism is basically meant to serve the common man, right? And when all these people are talking, about federalism, they never even open their mouth about decentralizing the powers of the state. Giving, instead, they have taken away all the powers of the local body authorities. Local authorities are there, and like village panchayats, town panchayats, corporations. State governments have taken away all the rights of them. If at all one is really interested in federalism, in decentralization of power, one should start from the local bodies, from the local authorities. People should ask for the rights of the local body, for the powers of the local body authorities. Nothing is given there by state government. It is happening in every state. So the local authorities are more like puppets. They have nothing at all, absolutely, and they are bankrupt. They don't have administrative powers. They don't have financial powers. So unless the principle of federalism goes down up to the local authority and goes to the common man, it will serve no purpose. But nobody is talking about all these things. Now they say police stations will have to now share the information with the National Grid. Why should they be? It's all nonsense. Sorry to say, it is not acceptable. So let us say, let us be very clear. The MOU between National Intelligence Grid and National Crime Records Bureau is a very welcome step. It is going to be helpful in the long run, and we wholeheartedly welcome this measure, and it's good. We'll meet again. Thank you.